Yesterday when I woke up, I was like, this is a price that is hard to beat. So nice to have. So we can now filter by sub-skills, which is painting herself to look like a homewrecker. But let's see what else we got. Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So happy to have you here. Also very excited because yesterday we did have maintenance. So there's some new things for us to go through together with. The first being, if you could see on the bottom over here, slide to end session. So this is new. And this is nice because now you won't accidentally close your sleep session by tapping on the button like some people might have done previously. But on top of that, there's a new relaxing sound called Game Sync. So here it is. I personally prefer Pokéflute because it just sounds like you are ready to take on the day. There you go. Sound is back on. So let's slide to end session and see. Okay. Sorry, I'm cutting off because my audio is being very weird. So that's slightly annoying and distracting. But let's quickly go through what sort of Pokemon showed up and not missed breakfast. So Sunday I missed breakfast. I was kind of sad about that. Any other day it's fine, you know, but when you miss breakfast on Sunday or any meals on Sunday, you just feel like you're wasting so much potential. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I can feel when it's about to rain. I know it's a very common thing. A lot of people could do that. And yesterday when I woke up, I was like, something doesn't feel right. Next thing you know, it was like pretty much raining, drizzling throughout the day. But then last night was like raining really hard with very high winds. So that was kind of creepy. I'm quite scared of thunder. And yeah, it was just like so humid yesterday and I hate the feeling of humidity. So we finished finding all the sleep styles for Mankey, which is really nice. So one step further into completing the sleep deck style. And there's nothing I want to catch, but let's just drop a Pokebiscuit on this Ghastly. The lighting is very good today as well. Oh, and it's, we got 3 points there, but I'll just keep it at that and save my biscuits. So yeah, because it rained yesterday, now it's very cold today, when 2 days prior it was like double digits, 13 degrees Celsius. So yeah, kind of sucks that we're back to cold. The fluctuation in weather is not doing my skin any good. And let's just pick the Snickering Sleep Ghastly. So with these new changes from the maintenance, the max rank you could be now is 55 as opposed to 50 prior. Oh, my Umbreon leveled up, and I think my Gengar too. So we are now at grade 4. First time at the Tundra. Oh, did you see that berry just like hover over Snorlax's cheek for a while? My Venusaur, like, okay, out of all the Pokemon I have right now, before Umbreon wasn't on this team, my Ditto would be popping its skill all the time. Now Umbreon pops its skill, Umbreon pops its skill like so many times throughout the day, which is amazing. And then it would be Ditto, and then Gengar. And my Venusaur like barely ever pops its skill, which kind of sucks, but it does gather a lot of tomatoes for me. And at a pretty quick frequency as well. Oh, we lost the lighting. but it'll come back. So we made our overheat ginger salad. Honestly, spicy food does sound pretty good right now. It's been a while since I've had something spicy, so kind of craving that. Okay, so we got our breakfast locked in, which is very good. Let's pick up our sleep points and then look at the shop. Let's do some window shopping. So exchange points, general store, pick up our daily gift. I got an ingredient ticket. And if you scroll all the way down here, you will see you had the trial bundle for $3.99, and inside you get 150 diamond that are paid for, 350 diamonds that are not paid for, so you get those for free, and then the 10 Poke Biscuits and a good camp ticket. I still have a good camp ticket. Now this is a price that is hard to beat, so I might purchase this. I don't know. It's available to purchase until July 8th. So you have plenty of time to decide whether or not you want to pick one up. And I believe it can only be purchased once. So let's look at some new UI things. Well, not just UI, the new features they added. So edit team, and then let's go to stats. And you scroll down here and you see sub skills that affect the team. So this is so nice to have. And the frequency that you see at this stat page is the frequency that's reflected after it takes into account the sub skills that the team has. So for example, if you look at the Gengar here, it has 2 times the helping bonus from 2 of my Pokemon, so it's 10% total. And it is at 27 minutes and 40 seconds, right? But then if you look at it here, at its own stat page, you'll see the frequency is 31 minutes and 1 second. And that is just because it's the base frequency. So if you're ever curious what the base frequency is, always go back to this page, refer to this one. But the stat page here will show you what the frequency is after all those effects are taken into account. So from a glance, you will see that my Gengar is the quickest, followed by my Venusaur, my Umbreon, my Ditto, and then my Riolu. And I also have one helping bonus, one sleep EXP bonus, that is from my Riolu. And yeah, it's just so nice to visually see everything, not have to do the maths in your head, go back and forth, and I love that. Very happy with that. Now, if you go to the Pokebox over here, you will see that we have a new filter. So we can now filter by sub-skills, which is amazing because I'm sure some of you guys are curious to know which one of your Pokemon have helping bonus or berry finding. So let's do berry finding right now. And these are currently all the Pokemon that I have with berry finding. So actually, let's take a look at these 2 Chikoritas. I haven't decided to invest in them because I'm just not sure which one I should go for. So this Chikorita has berry finding on the first slot. It is a careful nature, so main skill up, ingredient finding down, which is usually ideal if you want a berry finding sub-skill Pokemon, just so that it finds more berries and not more ingredients. And I have an inventory up S there, but then Chikorita can evolve 3 times, so the carry limit will be quite beefy. And then my second Chikorita over here, you'll see it has a lot of gold skills, but don't let your eyes fool you on those gold skills because those could be used for something else. So the neat thing about this is that it's a brave nature. It is berry finding and helping bonus, but helping bonus doesn't kick in until 100. But Dream Shard bonus and energy recovery bonus, I don't really need that on this Chikorita, especially with how I plan to play with it. So I do have it for now because you never know if you'll need an extra chikorita, right? But yeah. So, oh, and this one I caught yesterday during nap time. It's a modest nature, speed of help down, which kind of kills me. And I also have berry finding and helping bonus on this, but energy recovery bonus at level 10 and EXP sleep bonus at 75. So that kind of sucks. Having another inventory up S would have been nice because EV only evolves once, so the carry limit isn't that great. But yeah, so I'll just keep it for now. But it is so nice to have that filter. Now let's go to the news and see if there's anything else that I missed. So the trial bundle, we saw that addition of a new main skill, Tasty Chance S. That will arrive with Detonate on March 11, which is so exciting. And the addition of a subsection on the stat page, we saw that Helper Whistle. You can read that at your own time. The filter of a new parameter, we saw that. And then the new relaxing sound, we saw that together in the beginning as well. And then the slider, we also saw that in the beginning of this video. And then, as I mentioned, the Pokemon, the research rank is now to 55. Pokemon can now go to level 55, so 50 is no longer the max. So close to level 60. I know some of you guys are itching for that level 60 because you unlocked the level 60 ingredient slot for your Pokemon. And then certain main skills are now going to be at level 7, which are the following: Charge Strength S and M and Dream Shard Magnet S. Recipe levels are going to be capped at 55 now, and bag item pockets are going to be capped at 700, which is really nice. And they also patched up other small bugs. It seems like the cooking bug that was happening, where if you're on the cooking screen for a prolonged period of time, you are able to manipulate the amount of energy recovered from dishes. So it seems like they put a patch on that, because someone did confirm in our Discord that they are no longer able to do that. Now let's take a look at the research community while we just chit chat about our day. So last night was the new batch of Love is Blind. So we got 2 new episodes. My boyfriend and I watched that. Very fun to watch. I just hate that they're releasing this in batches. I just want to watch it all in one go, and I can wait for the reunion. I think that's what they did previously. So that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So next week we will figure out who will get married and who won't. Now, one thing I have a bone to pick with is this one character. His name is Jeremy. He proposed to this girl named Laura. Actually, spoiler, if you are watching Love is Blind and you are not caught up, you might want to mute this video, mute this section, or skip ahead. So Jeremy proposes to Laura, but he was kind of in a love triangle, okay? A love triangle between Sarah Ann and Laura. Ultimately, he decides to propose to Laura. Now, they have their differences. She does not like his Hawaiian t-shirt, and he puts her on blast on these small inside jokes that they make together. Zareth, congratulations on the shiny Gulpin. Beautiful color. Great addition to your shiny collection. I'm very jealous. So yeah, you know what? They're settling their differences. Couples have that. You're also like learning about each other for the first time. So things are like super heightened and very crazy from what it is like dating in the real world. How cute is that? They're sleeping like so close together. So yeah, they go to the honeymoon suite, and then once they get into the real world, it turns out that Sarah Ann messages Jeremy on Instagram, basically saying like if the door is ever open or if things ever change between you and Laura, like her door is always open, right? And that does not sit well with me because first of all, you know that this guy's engaged. When you sent the message, it is confirmed she knew that he was engaged before she sent that message. And he hearted that message. Now, if it were me, I would just ignore the message. You can acknowledge that you saw a message by just leaving someone on scene or like thumbs up, you know? But to heart the message, I don't know. I think it would give people the wrong impression, you know? So Laura, understandably, gets upset about that. However, I don't agree that she mentioned it when she introduced him to her family for the first time. So that, I think, was a little out of line. So we're seeing these edits. We're seeing how Laura is played out to be the crazy person. She's not. You know why? Because Jeremy goes out with his boys drinking. He knows that Sarah Ann's going to be there. And he says, I'm not going to let someone dictate whether or not I show up to an event. So he shows up. He sees Sarah Ann. And they talk until 5 o'clock in the morning. Tell me why. You're a married man. Not married. You're an engaged man. You decide to go with an old fling to talk until 5 a.m. because she's still upset about some things that happened in the pod. Now, don't get me wrong. Sarah Ann's feelings are valid. They are. But I think it's just not her place to get in between a couple who is engaged, right? Like, sorry that your time didn't turn out the way you wanted it, but it doesn't give you the right to just interject yourself in an engagement regardless of if things are going good with them or not. Some of you guys might not agree, but I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong. She shouldn't have done that. So it just made me feel so icky seeing that. So next morning happens. Rolls over. Jeremy talks to Laura. And Laura is like, what were you out doing until 5 a.m. in the morning? The clubs here don't close until 2. And he basically talks about how he ran into Sarah Ann, and Sarah Ann was still upset, so she wanted to talk about things. So he was like, sure, we could talk, give you some closure. And he was like, I even gave you my Google Map location. Like, I'm letting you know that I'm loyal and you could trust me. But then she catches him in his lie. So what had happened? He leaves his phone in the parking lot of some place. But so he probably was thinking, she's asleep. She's not going to be waking up and checking my location. And on top of that, my phone's going to be put right here. So if she does check, it's just going to look like I'm in one place. But she did check. She did wake up and track his location. Because lo and behold, he's wearing an Apple Watch, which is also tracking his location. And where is he? Outside the parking lot. Where specifically? Where Sarah Ann lives. So things are not really checking out with Jeremy's story. Sarah Ann is painting herself to look like a homewrecker. And Laura just calls off the engagement. She's like, I can't do this. As she should, honestly. She doesn't deserve that. They do not deserve to each other. They're definitely not a good match. If anything, Jeremy and Sarah Ann deserve each other because they're just not good people. So then Jeremy tells his mom the story. And Jeremy's mom is basically saying, like, you're lucky it wasn't me that you were doing that with. So basically implying, like, she agrees that Laura should be pissed in the situation and that if it were her, she would not have reacted the way Laura was. She would be reacting like worse, giving him hell. So it says a lot if your mom is kind of like not defending your actions and, you know, not agreeing with what you did. So afterwards, everyone meets up. They see the engaged couples and also some members from the pods that didn't get engaged. And Sarah Ann shows up. And this other character, AD, puts Sarah Ann in her place. She basically just wants to hear her out, but at the same time, let Sarah Ann know, like, did you really think what you did was okay? And Sarah Ann defends herself to the grave that she does not think that what she did was wrong. She thought it was okay for her to message an engaged man and tell him like, hey, you know what, things change or your feelings change, like, I'm always here. So, not nice. She's not a girl's girl. And afterwards, Sarah Ann goes to Jeremy and basically tells her like, fuck these people, like, now all these girls are like going after me, but I have nothing to prove, like I did nothing wrong, la da 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 da. And Jeremy's just there like, yeah, you did nothing wrong, you know what, fuck them, I agree with what you did nothing wrong at all. So they definitely deserve each other. They don't see what was wrong, and Jeremy's just kind of like, oh, I can admit what I did wrong and we should all move on from it. And it's like, one thing I can't stand is when someone apologizes to you and then they're like, but what? I said sorry, like just move on now. No, you don't get to decide how quickly the other person moves on. Like, that's for them to decide. You don't get to decide that. You made your mistake, you live with it, and you give that person time to get over it. You don't decide that. So that's like so annoying to hear, especially when people say they're sorry. It's like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Oh, so you're not sorry for what you did? Huh? You're not? So don't ever apologize to people saying, I'm sorry you feel that way. Okay, that's not an apology. An apology is taking acknowledgement of what you did wrong and letting the other person know that it won't happen again. And acknowledging their feelings. Okay? And acknowledging their feelings doesn't mean, I'm sorry you feel that way. It means, I'm so sorry I hurt you through my actions when I did this. So, yeah. A lesson on apologies. So it's just so like, you know, it makes me shake my fist when I hear people on TV make those sort of half-ass apologies. But yeah, those people, Jeremy and Sarah Ann, we don't like them. We don't like them. So yeah, reality TV stuff. And then there's this other couple. Okay, there's this other couple, Jimmy and Chelsea. So there is this moment where Jimmy introduces Chelsea to his friends. And usually when the guys do this, it's like their guy friends or their family members that they're introducing. But Jimmy introduces Chelsea to his best girlfriends. And people of the opposite sex can be friends. With the right boundaries in place, they can definitely be friends platonically. However, it was later revealed, and people speculating this just from like body, like the way Jimmy and his best girlfriends interacted and look at each other, that they were more than friends. They were probably friends with benefits. And it turns out to be true because later on in a drunken fight, Chelsea spews out that she felt uncomfortable that Jimmy is constantly texting his female best friends, and even more so because he slept with one of them. And that crossed the boundary with Jimmy because he did not want that sort of private information to be put out on TV for directors and editors to manipulate in any way they can. On top of that, you know, throwing his friend into this and like airing out her stuff as well. So I don't agree with Chelsea on that. However, there was this one part that really stuck out to me when Chelsea was telling Jimmy how she has clearly vocalized how uncomfortable it made her feel that he is spending so much time and texting his female girlfriends hours throughout the day. And he was saying like, yeah, I hear you saying that, but you never told me that you want me to stop. And then so she's like, well, will you stop? And he's like, no, I'm not going to. And then it got me thinking. I don't agree with how Jimmy went on about that by saying like, I heard how you told me that you're uncomfortable, but you never told me to stop. To me, that's kind of like if I were to step on someone's toes and they're like, ouch, that hurts. And I'm like, oh, okay, but I keep my foot on their toes. And then they're like, your feet are still on my toes. It's hurting me. I told you it hurts. And I'm just like, but you didn't tell me to stop. Like, come on, you can't just say that. She told you how she feels. Like, sure, she could have vocalized a bit more, like, what her expectations are, or maybe you guys could, like, talk to each other to communicate on what sort of arrangement would make her feel comfortable. But as a person receiving that message, if it were me, I would do something about it. If I truly cared about the person, I would be like, you know what, I hear you. If I did this, would this make you feel more comfortable? I wouldn't just like, okay, yeah, I hear you, and continue going on. Because if I heard you, my decision to not do anything different means that I know it's going to make you uncomfortable, but I don't give a fuck. I'm going to continue. And that's how like it looks. Just like the foot example I gave you. So yeah, that's the tea on Love is Blind. As you can see, I'm all for it. Now, I understand reality TV and everything. Also, these are the last 2 packs. Whoops. Last 2 packs we're opening. This box is now empty. I know that reality TV isn't the greatest for our brains, but I love all things psychology, human interactions. So I like to watch that because sometimes it's great if you see yourself in people that you find are toxic, especially on TV, and you're like, wow, I don't really like this person, but at the same time, I'm seeing parts of me in them. I think that is a signal that you should probably do something about it. So there's that. Also, just like seeing people's dynamic interactions that are outside of what you're usually used to is also very interesting. So, you know, for science. Now, this is the code, if it wants to focus. You know what? I'm going to skip the code. It's taking way too long to focus, and it's like the most annoying thing. But we got our basic energy, our Lit Leo, Rock Rough. Anyways, if you guys are watching Love is Blind and you're caught up, let me know, like, who do you like? Who do you dislike? What were you so in shock about? Okay, so we got our hollow luminous energy. Let's see if we get anything. Oh my gosh. We got the pseudo wudo. Okay, it's not going to focus, but let's see what else we got. Oh, and we got the... You guys, it's a sign because Dedenne is coming up. How funny, huh? And then our pseudo wudo. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. He's trying to be one of the trees. So adorable. Centering is absolutely doo-doo though. Oh my gosh. Like, it is so bad. So, I'm very happy with these two. Sudowoodo and Dedenne EX. Now, let's open our final pack of our Scarlet and Violet Paldea Evolved. Almost saw the bottom 3. Okay, let's see if I can get both of these to focus. Alright, here it is, you guys. Up for grabs, the final 2. And one to the top. We got our basic energy, Tropius, Great Ball, a Hoppip, Makuhita, Mousehold. Honestly, the name for this Pokemon is so odd to me. We got a Setiten, a Corviknight. We got a Hollow Delivery Drone, a Hollow Corviknight, and a Hollow Gargancle. Last pack, nothing great, but very happy about our Sudowoodo. And it's just crazy that we pulled a Dedenne EX too. So I will sleeve and top load these later and show my boyfriend when he gets home. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is quite a lengthy one. It's now like 30 minutes into recording, but I hope you enjoyed my little ramble about the reality show TV stuff going on. And yeah, very happy to see all the new changes that came with the maintenance, and I can't wait to have Electric Tweak show up soon. So thank you guys so much for watching me and joining me in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join us in the Discord as well. Take care. Good luck, you guys. Have fun and enjoy the day. Bye.